Bruce Lee became an iconic kung fu master and celebrity who entertained us all with his athletic ability and Hollywood movies. Unfortunately, he died at the young age of 32, but his amazing legacy lives on. He's my idol, he's my icon, I want to be him. So you know what? This is the top 10 shocking facts about Bruce Lee. So let's learn about him. Starting off our list, in at number 10, he was actually a bad student. Apparently ordered and strict academics didn't interest Bruce Lee at all. At primary school at the age of 12 years old, he was enrolled at La Salle College, which was an English-speaking boys' secondary school in Hong Kong, where he often would get in a lot of trouble. He was even expelled from the school for disruptive behavior and poor academic performance. Even after his parents moved him into a different school, he kept getting into, street fights. Eventually, his father decided that his son should leave Hong Kong to pursue a safer and healthier life in the United States. Moving into number 9, Bruce Lee had an enormous book collection. At the age of just 32 years old, his library contained over 2,500 books, which is like 2,499 more books than I have ever had. He would consistently be reading books cover to cover, highlighting along the way. He enjoyed reading so much because he would constantly search for more knowledge. A bulk of his knowledge and education was attained through his dedication to a lifestyle of self-learning. He read everything from classical boxing training to fencing and pretty much any other thing related to martial arts and combat sports. He was even known to watch TV and read a book and curl dumbbells all at the same time. I mean, that's what you call talent. And you know what? Talk about overachiever. And now, in at number 8, Bruce Lee was an excellent cha-cha ballroom dancer and a boxer as well. I mean, he's no Muhammad Ali, but I wouldn't get into the ring with him. It has been said that Bruce Lee studied dancing as hard as he studied martial arts. Sometimes he would trade dance lessons for martial art lessons. He was an amazing dancer at the age of 18 years old. He actually won the 1958 Hong Kong Cha-Cha Championship, and that same year he won the 1958 Hong Kong Inter-School Amateur Boxing Championship by knockout. Bruce Lee utilized straight punches and his Wing Chun traps to defeat the previous champion. Bruce Lee was known to excel at mostly everything he did, and this certainly proves it. Bruce Lee majored in philosophy in university, and this fact comes into number 7. University of Washington, where he majored in philosophy with a focus on the philosophical principles of martial art techniques. Bruce Lee actually supported himself all through university by teaching others martial art lessons. However, he dropped out of university to open up his own martial arts school. He saw more benefits in doing that than, continuing education. Bruce Lee had his sweat glands removed from his armpit, and yeah, this is a little bit weird, but this fact comes into number 6. And how does someone do that? I didn't even know that was possible. Bruce Lee had his sweat glands surgically removed for aesthetic reasons because he didn't want to appear sweaty on camera while he was filming. However, this was to get rid of the body's harmful toxins. And at number 5, Bruce Lee actually had a girl's name. His family never called him Bruce. Instead, they preferred to call him by his nickname Saigon, or Little Phoenix. This was a girl's name that was deliberately chosen by his parents because they believed that evil spirits did not like boys in the family because their firstborn son died while in infancy. So by giving him a girl's name, they believed that this could fool the demons into sparing his life. Actually, Bruce was a name given by a nurse at the hospital in San Francisco where Bruce Lee was born because the nurse thought that by giving the baby an English name, it would help avoid confusion with the American birth certificate. Bruce Lee's never lost a fight, and actually this fact comes into number Wing Chun master named Ip Man. After learning that Bruce Lee wasn't pure Chinese, a lot of the other students petitioned and refused to let him train in their class because 3 brings us to this next fact. A lot of people would constantly challenge Bruce Lee to battle on the streets. After he became famous, a lot of people thought that they can beat him. They would walk up to him, attack him. His popularity attracted a lot of unbalanced people who would terrorize him on the streets. One time during the filming of Enter the Dragon, an extra challenged Bruce. Instead of firing the extra, he actually gave him a lesson on how to improve. So there you go, he's a nice guy. Nearing the top of this list, in at number 2, Bruce Lee actually chewed Nepal hashish, which is an extremely potent variety of cannabis. This habit actually sparked a lot of controversy surrounding his death. Many people attributed his cannabis use to his untimely death, and this is because cannabis was found in his stomach. However, these speculations were put to rest when the medical examiner stated that the death could not have been caused by cannabis. So coming into the number 1 spot for the top 10 shocking facts facts about Bruce Lee, he was almost paralyzed. In 1970, Bruce Lee was performing one of his unusual workout routines, in which were very difficult and very dangerous. He usually would take the proper precautions when working out, but one day he didn't warm up before doing a good morning exercise, which consisted of Bruce Lee balancing a barbell that weighed about 100 pounds on his shoulder and bending over until he was parallel with the ground. Well, something went wrong and he was admitted to the hospital, where doctors informed him that he damaged his spine and he could never be able to practice Kung Fu again at this high level. After 6 months or so, Bruce Lee taught himself how to walk, proving doctors wrong, and he managed to become even faster and even stronger than before, if that's even possible. So the new Bruce Lee would just defeat the old Bruce Lee. I don't know. Top 10 video.